Deadly pursuit, Russian ambush and drone strike annihilate Ukrainian troops. A dramatic episode unfolded on the front lines when a group of Ukrainian troops, moving on their mission, suddenly came under a coordinated ambush by Russian forces. The clash, captured in detail by Russian reconnaissance drones, revealed a mix of stealth, precision, and overwhelming firepower that left the Ukrainian unit in disarray. The video opens with drone footage showing Ukrainian soldiers moving cautiously across open ground, unaware that Russian troops had already locked onto their position. A lone Russian soldier launched the opening strike, sneaking close to the enemy before delivering a sudden attack that wounded one Ukrainian serviceman. The bold assault created immediate panic. The shocked Ukrainian soldiers scrambled to rescue their fallen comrade, attempting to drag him back to the safety of their vehicle. Yet, this movement played directly into Russian hands. Overhead, a Russian drone, equipped with a bomb, hovered patiently before releasing its deadly payload. A grenade struck the tightly clustered Ukrainian troops as they worked frantically around the wounded soldier. The blast scattered them, leaving some incapacitated and others wounded. What followed was sheer chaos. Survivors of the drone strike attempted to flee, abandoning both their vehicle and their injured comrade in desperation. But Russian surveillance never lost track of their movements. With drones feeding real-time intelligence, Russian troops closed in quickly. The fleeing Ukrainian soldiers were pursued across the battlefield, where they were ultimately eliminated by ground fire. The episode demonstrates not only the ferocity of Russian ambush tactics but also the growing role of unmanned aerial systems in modern warfare. By combining ground-level assaults with precise drone strikes, Russian forces were able to turn a small-scale ambush into a devastating rout. The footage highlights how even a single bold maneuver, backed by drones overhead, can unravel an entire enemy squad.
Слава! Пытать не будем, пиздить не будем, смотри, что с ними. Подходи к ним, блядь!
Отхожу, все, иду.
Сука, зажмурю, блядь!
В голову попали.
Так, в голову. Так, этому. Смотри.
Где-то помощь надо, одному помощь надо.
Так, а третий где? Шестой.
Четвертый.
Он раненый?
Да, тоже мертвый.
Мертвый? Саня, иди сюда. Ложись к своим.
Весали помогите.
Сейчас поможем, не ссы. У нас тоже 300-й. Ложись вниз. Вниз ложись. Ребят, подходите, ребят!
Где остальные, сука?
Кто гранату кинул из вас?
Никто, я не кидал.
Я, блядь, жил нормально, не тужил, а командиры сказали идти в Брянскую область. Наверное, просто за грибами, да?
Не просто.
Не? А что ты хотел?
Выполнять задачи.
Задачи выполнять? Какие? Какая задача была поставлена? Ну давай, Шурка, давай.
Я точно не уверен. Подорвать колею.
Подорвать что?
Колею.
Колею железнодорожную, да, хотели подорвать? Я понял. Подорвали? Пойдем. Где взрывчатка? Хотя ладно, сейчас подожди. Ребят, смотрите, у них здесь, блядь, взрывчатка, детонаторы могут. Вся хуйня в рюкзаках. Они шли колею подрывать, железнодорожное полотно. А что, люди погибли? Похуй ебать. Там дети, как вы, диты? Диты погибли. Ничего. Это ж теракты, бля. Это ж не война.
Про плен российский я слышал только одно. Всякие ужастики по поводу отрезания уш, голов и всех прелестей плена. И командование, и сослуживцы в том числе, все были в этом убеждены, что сдаваться в плен – это самоубийство. На этот счет я сейчас так не думаю. Я жив, здоров, нахожусь в полной безопасности.
Relentless drone warfare, Russian forces annihilate Ukrainian strongholds across multiple fronts. The intensity of combat on the Eastern Front continues to escalate as Russian forces, supported by advanced FPV drones and artillery coordination, dismantle Ukrainian positions across Kharkov, Donetsk, Zaporizhzhia, and Krasnoarm directions. The latest series of operations highlight the growing dominance of Russian unmanned aerial systems in modern warfare, as precision strikes leave Ukrainian equipment, strongholds, and personnel in ruins. Kharkov region, as 90 Braveheart obliterated. In the Kharkov direction, a significant blow was dealt to the Ukrainian armed forces when an FPV drone operated by the Zapad group of forces struck and destroyed a Western-made As-90 Braveheart self-propelled howitzer. The destruction of this high-value artillery piece not only diminishes Ukrainian firepower but also underscores the vulnerability of even the most advanced NATO-supplied weapons when targeted by precision FPV drones. Video evidence shows the drone homing in on the British-made system before detonating, leaving behind a smoking wreckage. Analysts note that this strike will have immediate implications for Ukraine's artillery capabilities in the region. Donetsk direction, Rubikon Center strikes. Meanwhile, in the Donetsk direction, the Rubikon Center's FPV drone operators continued their campaign of destruction. Ukrainian communication systems, armored vehicles, and unmanned aerial vehicles were struck in a series of coordinated drone attacks. These strikes are strategically significant, as disabling communication systems disrupts Ukrainian command and control, creating confusion and slowing the coordination of frontline units. The destruction of armored vehicles and UAVs adds another layer of attrition, weakening Ukraine's capacity to mount counteroffensives. Zaporizhzhia front, the 291st Regiment in action. Heavy fighting continues in the Zaporizhzhia sector, where the 291st Motorized Rifle Regiment of the 58th Army is conducting offensive operations against entrenched Ukrainian positions. Russian troops have focused on destroying bunkers, fortified firing points, and military equipment. Kamikaze drones, carrying explosive payloads, have been employed en masse to deliver devastating strikes directly to enemy positions. Footage released shows drones diving into Ukrainian trenches and firing points, detonating with precision and leaving no shelter for defenders. The regiment's combined arms approach, coordinating infantry assaults with relentless drone strikes, has steadily broken down Ukrainian defenses, paving the way for further Russian advances in this contested sector. Krasnoarm direction, the deadly hunt. Perhaps the most striking footage comes from the Krasnoarm direction, where FPV drones of the Center Group have carried out a sustained and systematic campaign against Ukrainian forces. Operating with lethal precision, UAV operators have destroyed personnel of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. 1 armored combat vehicle, BBM. 2 vehicles of the Ukrainian military. 1 artillery gun. 1 enemy surveillance camera. 1 militant antenna. 3 fortified bunkers. 1 Baba Yaga heavy UAV. 1 militant shelter. 1 UAV control center. The cumulative effect of these strikes has been devastating. Each destroyed piece of equipment, fortified position, or communication hub contributes to a cascading collapse of Ukrainian defenses in the sector. Drone operators describe their mission as a deadly hunt, systematically grinding down enemy positions day after day. The new face of warfare. What stands out across all these operations is the sheer scale and consistency of Russian drone employment. Once used primarily for reconnaissance, drones are now delivering the bulk of precision firepower on the battlefield. FPV drones, in particular, have become the decisive tool for eliminating fortified positions, hunting vehicles, and targeting even highly mobile enemy units. The destruction of the As-90 Braveheart in Kharkov is symbolic of this shift. NATO's expensive and advanced artillery systems, once seen as a cornerstone of Ukraine's firepower, are now falling prey to small, inexpensive drones guided by skilled operators. Strategic impact. From Kharkov to Donetsk, Zaporizhzhia, and Krasnoarm, the impact of these coordinated strikes is clear. Ukrainian forces are being denied the ability to regroup, reinforce, or maintain strong defensive positions. Their communication lines are disrupted, supply convoys are intercepted and destroyed, and their fortified bunkers are being systematically leveled. The Russian military's integration of drone warfare with traditional artillery and infantry assaults has created a relentless tempo of operations, leaving Ukrainian defenders with little time to recover before the next wave of strikes. Conclusion. The latest battlefield footage and reports show a consistent trend. Russian drone warfare is reshaping the battlefield and tilting the balance in favor of Russian forces. Whether through the elimination of high-value Western artillery in Kharkov, the neutralization of communication systems in Donetsk, the bunker-busting assaults in Zaporizhzhia, or the methodical destruction of Ukrainian assets in Krasnoarm, the message is clear: no target is beyond reach. As the battles intensify, the role of drones will only continue to expand, reinforcing their place as one of the most decisive weapons of the modern era. For Ukrainian forces, the challenge now lies in surviving under the constant gaze of Russian UAVs, where every movement risks detection, and every stronghold risks annihilation.